Good morning and welcome back into Valley News Now. I'm Adam Shalifo and I'm joined by Arik Spencer. Arik is the president and CEO of the Greater North Dakota Chamber. Arik, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Zoom call and talking to us about blue laws, also known as Bill 1150, that was recently voted down. How are you today?
Well, I'm great, and Adam, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
I am happy to have you on. This has been an interesting topic just to follow. And just before we really get into the meat of it, can you explain for everyone what that bill was and what it would have entailed?
Sure. For most of North Dakota's history, we had laws restricting certain types of activities on Sunday. Back in the 90s, those were partially struck down. But even into recent history, we still had significant restrictions on certain retail and commerce activities on Sunday. We worked hard to defeat those and get those removed in 2019. And this bill sought to turn back the clock on North Dakota and reintroduce those Sunday morning blue laws, which would restricted people's ability to go shopping.
And so, who was behind these bills and supporting it? What was the idea behind it?
Well, this bill was sponsored by Representative Heilman of Bismarck. There's other co-sponsors from across the state, and their goal, they said, was to give families time to rest and also to make sure that people had the opportunity to observe their religious activities on Sunday morning.
And I think rest is super important. One thing, though, that's interesting about the religious piece here is not everyone's Sabbath is on Sunday. Was that a factor in the analyzing of this bill and some of the decisions that followed?
Well, I think so. When you think about this bill, or when it was repealed at least, there was no requirement in law that people go shopping on Sunday morning. There was no requirement that retailers be open. And so, citizens, whatever faith they are allowed and obviously have the right to, observe their religion on any day they wish, whether it's on Sunday or not. In fact, many churches have services on Saturdays, Wednesdays, other days of the week, a variety of times, because those institutions also know they need to meet people where they're at. We are happy that the North Dakota House rejected this proposal, because we want to give consumers the right to make decisions in their own best interest, so that families can operate the way they want to operate on Sundays, but also giving businesses the freedom to make decisions about when they open and how they serve their customers.
Very good. Now, ultimately, this, of course, was voted down, and it really wasn't all that close. Can you tell us about what the conversation around this was and how it was ultimately voted down?
Sure. I'll note back in 2019 when we worked to have this repealed, the repeal of blue laws only passed by 2 votes in the Senate. And so we were worried that it might be close, but in the end, I think the members of the North Dakota House of Representatives saw that that's a hard genie to put back in the bottle. To allow people to go shopping on Sunday morning and now to restrict their freedoms. I think that they saw that that was a bad idea, and so we were pleased that there really wasn't a lot of support for this concept. It failed 89-4. So only 4 members of the North Dakota House of Representatives thought that we should turn back the clock on North Dakota. In border communities, especially like Fargo, Grand Forks, and others, people are free to cross state boundaries, and they could go to Minnesota and they could shop in the morning. This ensures that North Dakota can, compete on a level playing field, at least in the retail sector.
Thank you very much, Arik. Is there anything else you'd like to get into before we let you get back to your busy day?
No, I don't think so. But for those watching, if you care about legislation, whatever it is, don't hesitate to reach out to your lawmakers. They're there to represent you, and so make sure that they know how you feel on important issues affecting your life.
And what is the best way to reach out to your lawmakers? Is it still a thing where you would just want to pick up the phone, or is there a more modern, appropriate way at this time?
If anyone does a Google search for the North Dakota legislature, it'll take you to their website. There's a link there to find your legislator. If you put your address in, it'll connect you with your lawmakers. You can message them through the website, but it also includes a phone number, email address to get a hold of them. And truly, lawmakers care about the opinions of the people they represent. So they're very accessible. If people happen to come to Bismarck, stop on up at the Capitol and try to seek your lawmakers out.
Well, Arik, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a wonderful weekend and try to stay warm out there. Some very cold temperatures across the entire state. That's Arik Spencer, President and CEO of the Greater North Dakota Chamber. Arik, one more time, thank you so much and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And everyone have a great weekend out there. Thank you for joining us on Valley News Now. That's all we have for now. We'll see you next time.